Hello everyone, welcome back to Super Sunday Breakdowns. My name is Troy from FSM Trading. I hope you had a wonderful trading week. Wasn't too interesting, but there were some moves coming towards the end of the week. First, we're going to look at dollar index. We will get into cryptocurrencies and altcoins very shortly, but we're going to go through dollar index first. Mainly because we put out analysis on Instagram and didn't play exactly how we thought it would, but it did play out quite nicely. So going on to the weekly time frame, we have said we are bearish on this index, and as you can see, last week's candle, a nice long wick to the upside, and then is finishing quite bearish. It actually is a Marubozu candle. Marubozu is a candle that closes at the low. So as you can see, the close is 96.72, the low is 96.72. If you look at the top of the screen, just up here. Okay, go down to the daily time frame. You can see we thought it would bounce from this trend line right here and come down to form a lower high around that area, but instead the lower high did form around here, so around the 97.60 level of resistance, but has now pulled back down into the trend line. Has a small touch on the lower time frame. We'll go to the 4 hour and have a look at that, and is now looking to push lower. So with that said, we're looking for bullish majors, euro dollar, cable, Kiwi dollar, Aussie dollar, etc. all should be bullish. As you can see, price has had a nice reaction off of the trend line, which is also confluent with the EMAs. So this is looking very, very bearish, and we do have a lot of room to the downside. Mainly being towards levels of 96.50, confluent with this low here, and then around 95.80, and then 95.80 and 95. So that's the levels we're going to watch out for on that. If we go to euro dollar next, we can see how this played out. We did state that we're looking for longs on this around this level here, so around the 1260 level around here. Price did just sort of plummet straight through that, actually came to a lower level area of interest around the 112 level pretty much. So this actually did present a nice opportunity. We did have that marked out as well. This long strip here, we'll show you that on the lower time frame. But to go to the weekly time frame, as you can see, a bullish candle, that coincides with what we saw on dollar index. So looking to see prices push higher towards, or breaking these highs at 114, pushing above the weekly level of resistance at 114.40, and then up to the targets we mentioned in the previous episodes of Super Sunday Breakdowns. So let's go to the 4 hour. In fact, we can see the level of interest quite clearer. So here we saw a nice sort of dip here. Price came back into the other wick, a little bounce here, touched it here with a few wicks, and then similarly along here. That's what we're looking for, a bounce. This is not a strong area, like a strong level of support, so this is more of an area of interest. I wouldn't enter the trade, or I didn't enter the trade blindly. I'd wait for some sort of lower time frame breakout, pullback, and then enter from there. So as you can see here, we have we have a wedge and a trend line within the wedge. So price came down into this area. We had a break of the first trend line on the low time frame. We'll go down to the 1 hour in a moment, and then pull back. Could have got entry there, broke out of the wedge, pulled back into the yellow area of interest, and then shot much higher. So this would have been a nice entry once you've seen it break out of this trend line here. You could enter either here or around here. So I would have gone for a break. Stops roughly about there. Targets are 114.40, so way up here. So nice risk rewards. Yeah, and then the more conservative entry was a pullback to the yellow region, which we did highlight quite nicely on Instagram. So with that, if you're looking to get on board at the moment, you can wait for some sort of break. Looking at that, wait for price to break, pull back, then get long. or if you're more aggressive, just wait for a break and get long. I personally will wait for a pullback, as seen here, and here pullbacks are you know, always likely. And even in here, if you look closely, this was a pullback. Price closed outside, opened here, pulled back, and then started to go higher. So that's what we're looking for. Always looking for longs this week, you know, on the majors, as dollar index is bearish. So next we're going to go on to dollar Swissy before we go into cryptocurrencies. So what I'll do is I will hide this on the 1 hour time frame. Cool. So in fact, what we'll do, we'll show you the weekly time frame first once more. Just keep it nice and uniform. So weekly time frame, bearish, almost pretty much a Maribozu there. Price came back to the 78.6. We'll show you that on a daily time frame. But yeah, we did have a nice area of interest. If you look from, where is it? It's here. This big move is what caught my attention. This move here that sought liquidity and pushed price up into the 102 level is what made me think, okay, this is a level around there. Once you go down to the daily time frame, it's also clear as well, you know, price was bouncing in around this region. So when it did break below, come back into it, we had a Fibonacci marked out. 78.6 was there. We did actually get stopped out on the first one here. Stop loss was around about here, stopped out, but as you can see, the 78.6 was a very, very nice entry. Now broken back below this level of support. If we go down, we did actually show you a possible another entry you could have taken when we went on to the 4 hour and the 1 hour time frame. So what we're going to do is, yeah, so if you look on the 4 hour, you did see the breakout of this trend line here. It's all clear on the 1 hour, but as you can see, the MAs have crossed over by then. It's below the red EMA, which is the 50 EMA. And then when you go down to the 1 hour, we were always bearish, so we weren't going to wait for a break below this level of support. As soon as we saw a breakout of the trend line, once we got a pullback and a close short from, if you wanted to wait for a pullback here, I saw the break and I posted on Instagram from there with stops. No. 35 pips. And take profit down at 0.935 was it? So the take profit is the same as this initial trade. So yeah, 0.9510. Yep. So you know, we did say it's not a signal, but you can use your initiative to get into that. If I actually go to FSM page and show you that. So on the FSM page, where was it? Nice here. We did say to you guys that once you see price did break out, that was on a 4 hour time frame. So if you go to the 4 hour, where we were looking at it was here. So pretty much a little bit lower. That's what we're looking at it there. As you can see, in profit once more. So yeah, that was a nice trade again there. Now we're going to move on to cryptocurrencies. We'll have a quick look at Bitcoin and then at Litecoin, and we'll finish up there. Bitcoin weekly time frame bullish again, but you know, still a lot of wicks to the upside. Still thinking that price will come up to test that very, very shortly to do a full complete wick fill. But yeah, so two in a row, definitely 2 in a row bullish weeks. Daily time frame. So this candle for the 12th, it's now the 13th. So, but I don't think the candle's quite open yet. But yeah, so daily candle bullish. Fibonacci from A up to B, 61.8 touch, conflict with the trend line, which we'll show you on a lower time frame. But ultimately, what we're looking for price is to come up to test the highs at 13,850. I did post it also on Instagram on Friday. So yeah, this is the trend line. I've seen that Bitcoin has been reacting to trend lines when you draw them on more to the bodies. So I've drawn it up rather than pulling up all the way here. I've said, okay, I'll leave it bodies because I think that's where it's been reacting quite nicely. As you can see, it's done that quite nicely here. So Fibonacci play 61.8 touch with this long wick here. Also a retest of this trend line. So what we're looking for now is we got long around here. If I look at my phone, the phone's up there. The price, I'm not quite sure of the price what it was, but I got in around here. So yeah, it was early morning. Yep. So in a bit profit now. We're looking for. We did get a break of something. I think it was. Yeah. Didn't quite get the. As I said before, going with the bodies, didn't quite get a retest, but we did get long anyway because we got stopped out initially, and then we saw a retest of the trend line. These wick fishes here, we had stops around, I think it was 11,000. Yeah, and we got stopped out. Re-entered over here. As I said, we are bullish on Bitcoin, so do look for prices to move much higher. However, when you go to altcoins, we'll look at one being Ripple. They were bearish for the week, so overall bearish. As you can see, Ripple, a nice red candle there, pulling into the trend line. So this is a weekly time frame. We've got a weekly trend line. If we just show you that, and yeah, price is looking to bounce off of that. I'm looking for it to come up higher. So if we put a Fibonacci on, as we like to do quite often, 78.6. I've noticed a lot recently that we are getting deeper pullbacks. 78.6 has been a key Fibonacci level of late. So if this level can hold, if it can hold, that would be quite nice, and we'll see prices return back up to 45 to 46. I don't see this level be much of a resistance on the way up. If it doesn't, then the second scenario is for price to revisit 28, 29 level, or well, it is actually 30, but around 28, 29 to 30. What we're looking for is, yeah, for price to come up to hold in this level here. A confirmation would be a break above and a pullback in towards 35. Once that does happen, then you look to get long up to 45 and then 50. So these, what it was seeing is just a correction in altcoins. It's not the death of altcoins or the death of Ripple or Bloodbath, whatever you want to call it. It's not. It's just correction. That's how the market moves. You get waves. It moves up quite nicely. Get a nice sizable pullback. It's, to take out those people that are just sort of following the trend quite weakly, and then by weak I mean they're just following the trend a bit weak, and they panic quite a lot. So when they see the price moving down, they want to either just pull out their profits or take a loss. Whereas if you're in from a good level, just want to hold it, and even if you're not in a good position, you can add on the way down to average your positions, and then also add on the way up. To take full advantage of the prices moving up. But yeah, this pullback is quite nice, presenting nice long opportunities. From here, I didn't get long at the moment, so I'm waiting for a break above 35. But yeah, this is an exciting time for cryptocurrency and altcoins. We're currently seeing a nice opportunity to get long. We hope you do profit this week. Hope you also do check out the video that Elijah put up on Thursday. So Tip Thursday, he went through how to plot support and resistance. I think it was a very good video. He dropped quite a lot of nuggets, and he'll do another episode next week, Thursday. That will be out every single Thursday with 3 nuggets, just showing you how we look at the markets, giving you some insights into what we do teach our students. Obviously, it's a bit more basic. We do it a bit quicker. We go into a lot more detail with our students. But yeah, just want to give back to you guys and help you guys on your trading journey. And yeah, but that's it, guys, for this week. We hope you have a wonderful trading week, and we'll see you next week.